Wednesday.
I think I pushed two buttons at the same time. How do I get my
Unpixelate.
I'm pixelated again? Jeez. Where's my coffee?
That's the number one most important thing on these is having coffee. Oh, nice Starbucks commercial.
Well, yeah. Actually, just happens to be the cups they have downstairs in my apartment building.
Oh, so it's fake Starbucks.
No, it's real Starbucks coffee, but not from the Starbucks handcrafted.
Not from the Starbucks store.
Nope, that is the perk of living in my luxury apartment.
Nice.
I won't even lie, I literally factored that cost in. I was like, look, it's not that expensive because I won't buy Starbucks anymore. Think of all the money we'll save.
Absolutely. It's almost like living free.
Yeah, maybe not completely.
Or not. Maybe.
Maybe not. How was your evening? The rest of your day yesterday?
Good. Sean and I did a live last night, knocking through some limiting beliefs, and we talked about the 4 yeses and had a bunch of people in there, so that was cool. We discussed we discussed actually some of our pages. And something that I want to discuss with you more offline. But it's, okay. Well, I mean, we can discuss parts of it here. Just only because it's more strategic than it is whatever. But have you ever been in a situation where you work to help people significantly,
okay,
and then they don't either take advantage of the help, or it's like, what are you trying to get out of me? Or they're so suspect of it. And so it was funny because we kind of got to the point of, you know what? We're going to stop helping our friends. We're going to look for people who actually want what we do, as opposed to trying to help people who need what we do. Does that make sense? I mean, we want to help people that need what we do. That's not the point. But it was how your friends are, you're not a prophet in your own hometown. There's a pretty good book that says that. But we just came because.
I feel like you just ruined my entire strategy. All in one sentence.
How did I ruin your strategy?
And I figured it would be better if you can't dominate your city, how do you dominate the world?
Well, but I think
it would be better and I do really well. If I reach outside of Dallas and people who don't know me, webinars or Facebook Lives always perform tremendously better.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just too familiar here, and I pulled back a long time ago, about a year or two ago.
Well, I'm just agreeing with what you learned before us, is because we have some tremendous offers out there right now. I mean, crazy, silly offers to the good of the recipient of the offer. And
by the way, I didn't even send you my new silly offer. I should do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, though. It's one of those where you're sitting there and you go, okay, let's be marketers. Let's be, and this is where, again, I think we need to sit down and I need to share the thought with you. But we're giving such big discounts and breaks potentially to our friends, and they're not taking advantage of it. And some are, but not as many as you would anticipate. And so what was fascinating to me is, because I'm really intrigued by all the stuff that we're doing now, you and I. double funnel and what we're doing with funnels. So because of that, I keep on exploring and working to learn more so that I can provide you and this audience greater value so that I gain along the way. So I'm getting comparative expertise and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I watched a webinar yesterday, and it was fascinating on one side. Very well.
Webinar fascinating?
Yeah, it was very well constructed on one side until the sales begging started. Sales begging. And this is one of the biggest things that speakers do on stage. Well, I watched it to the point where it got painful.
Painful?
The offer was reiterated so many times that the confidence in the offer kept on going down as they'd repeat the offer again and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And so that's what started the conversation with Sean and I, is because I was sharing with him some of this expertise that I saw, and there was some cool ideas. I mean, there was some neat stuff, but it was more a matter of if you're confident, and this is the key. Again, this is the key presenting from stage. You make your offer.
Okay.
You make your call to action. Mic drop. You're out. You're done. I mean, you make your offer. You tell them what you want to do. So as an example, where there was only 3 possibilities of people in the audience for one of the products I was presenting.
Okay.
So for those of you who are ready to take action, head on back to the table. We'll serve you immediately. For those of you that have questions, just stay in your seats. We'll get to you as quick as we can. And for the rest of you that this isn't right for, please pick up your gift as you walk out. God bless. Boom. Mic drop. You're done. You've given them, here's the call to action. Bang, bang, or bang. Do this, this, or this. And so this person yesterday, as I watched this webinar, and it gave us, Sean and I, ideas on webinars to do and a variety of different things. But you get into an hour presentation of the foundation of the offer, actually 55 minutes of foundational education, and then the transition. Well, it would be remiss if I didn't make this available to you now that I've shared it with you. Right? That's the
right.
So can I take 5 or 10 minutes of your time do I have your permission to do it? Permission based. Great. So everything up until that point was really awesome. And then the offer is laid out, and it's just droned on for the next 40 minutes.
Oh, so they asked, but then they droned on.
Exactly. They asked for 5 to 10 minutes and droned down for 40. To the point where I almost reached out and said, would you like some training on this? But that's what most people do.
Not all of us know these things.
Well, no, but but again, the point is you have to be confident in your offer. If you're not confident in your offer, why should somebody else be confident in your offer? Right? And so again, that's where people who join us or watch this on the replay understand that the reason Jena goes down to be with the digital marketing elite group, the reason that I watch a webinar or participate or do whatever, is to continue to sharpen the saw. Yeah, I mean, you just got to keep on getting better at what you do. because
Always.
there's somebody who's not stopping, right?
Little younger, a little hungrier.
Yeah. And so,
What's that?
oh, Randy just said, just breezing past, just saw you too, but no time for me to make comments. Enjoy.
Except he made comments.
Except he made a comment.
That's all good. I am looking over. I was going to see if April
Anyway,
here.
not to, well, but not to get this, but again, this is what's fascinating about this, because the more I watch you do some of these things with Kyvio and Active Campaign and all these other things, it as a, while low-hanging fruit should be taken advantage of, just because it's low-hanging doesn't mean that it's ripe fruit. Meaning, well, again, these are realizations that only happen after you make attempts at something. And somebody posted, it's really interesting, because then this became something that I responded to this morning. So a friend, just before we went on, said, most powerful advice I can give today for anyone who's afraid to do it: shoot your shot. You're the only person holding you back. There's nothing in your way that you can't go through, go around, so do it. Take a chance. And so I put, just do it. An old Art Williams video reference. It's either going to work the way you anticipated or it won't. When it does, do more of it. If it doesn't, modify your approach and do it again. Have faith, belief in the unseen, assurance of the unknown. You have it anyway, or you would not be in business. There are no assurance anyone will ever work with you, but you've hung your shingle, so take your shot. Go for it. Everything, at the very least, is a learning experience. So that was my post to that this morning. And all of a sudden, these comments are coming in going, oh my God, that's so dead on. Da, 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 da. Right?
So dead on.
So, well, but it just all goes with the, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. It actually, to me,
it's
was
true, though. I actually agree.
Yeah, it was one of those of, you got to take your shot.
What's the other one? Like, just flip the chips up and let where they land. You can go from there. If it bombs, we had somebody just in the Digital Marketer Lab group say, like, I did a launch, it bombed. But really, that's not even enough information to go off. I mean, they said they were going to try again. They're like, I need to change something. But if you gather data points, usually you can figure out where you bombed. And if you just got no attention whatsoever, then your awareness was probably off. If you got all these clicks but no signups, and something in your offer on your, your subscription is off, you just have to keep whittling at it. And I was just talking to a friend of mine who's been amazingly successful. He's not quite in the janitorial business, but he is. He acts as a hub, and people come pay him to teach them how to be, run a janitorial business. And I don't mean like in people's homes. I mean like in big buildings, like big business janitorial, right?
Right.
And he actually acts as like a hub as well, to say, hey, you're kind of like a franchisee, but not a franchisee. Like, we're going to help get you business too. Like, we're going to pay us to teach you, and then pay us to market you as well. And then, make sure that there's only like one per zip code and all that. But he was like, yeah, I was an 8-year overnight success.
Yeah.
8 years just trying things until, he finally got the sequence down, and it just went whoop.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is because there's some pages that we've built that we thought were like, oh, these are like so awesome. And we're getting a lot of we're getting eyeballs on them, but we're not necessarily getting the activity out of them that we would like to have.
Yeah.
Okay. So all you do is you've done the best you could. Okay. So what would you do differently? How could you modify it? What could you, all those kinds of things. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, like all of this is fascinating to me. I mean, this is the fun of doing this, is the learning side and getting better. All of this is just how do you get better with what we're doing here. You know, I mean, I think it's cool as can be. It's fun.
Nice. No, it is. I actually feel really bad. I went to go look. April, whose content we were working on yesterday, she lost her little Yorkie
Oh,
last week.
that's no
So
fun.
she's not going to do. I know. She said we're having a terrible day at the house. Understandable. Losing
Yeah,
a
no
pet
kidding.
you've had for so long is not easy. The other thing she did mention is she was like, I'm not ready for case studies and other ideas. To kind of like go back, let me see if I can share my screen and pull up what we did for her. And log out of Kyvio.
Well, I think that becomes the, what do you want to do with this stuff?
Mm-hmm. Well,
You know.
again, that just comes back to what you said at the very beginning. There is what people want, and there's what people need. And I'm amazed at how often they don't share commonalities. She was asking to replicate something that cannot be replicated on a landing page. It had to be highly coded. It's an application, right? But what she was really saying is I need a lead magnet that works. And I get it. I've actually tried out the one that she's talking about. Problem number one is people just don't understand what she's saying. They have no idea what any of that stuff is. They have no idea what was she talking about? Let's see if I can go back and pull it up to Synergy Biz, and then screen share it here on Be Live so everyone can see what I'm talking about.
Cool.
I don't even know if I could get to it from here. Gallery, free local listings, listing scan. So, and I get that this is just a lead magnet for a marketing company, but why do I need a listing scan, right? And what she really needs is a way to bring in leads. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm showing it. Boom.
No, you're not. Oh, that listing scan.
Yeah,
local listing scan. That's the lead magnet.
That's her lead magnet. I get it. Again,
no,
people
if you don't know that you did that, or what you could do with it, or why it's important, it's no longer a lead magnet.
Well, yeah, if the people don't fill it out, it's not going to work, right? And then in addition, as far as a landing page goes, I've got a Sumo. This is not AppSumo, but from the same guys. It's a lead pop-up generator. Get resources, coaching tips, and support to guide you towards your business goals. No one wants your spam. I do appreciate she didn't say subscribe. But still that it's not compelling enough for people to sign up, right? And it's its own lead magnet. I've got a pop-up over here that on a mobile phone takes up all the space, right? Looks like she's using HubSpot. Whew, that's an expensive tool. We have some images that are against terms of service. We've got some stuff over here with share buttons. We've got more share buttons over here. We've got a whole set of navigation. We do not have a compelling headline. I have no idea who she works with. Just as the landing page, it's brutal, right? And so I understand why it's not converting.
Yeah.
On the other side, this was the one we created. It doesn't look near as cool, although we left CTA right here. Now I feel like I need to go backwards and fix that. It's very basic. Hey, holistic practitioners, marketing that speaks your language. See how we double the number of patients for a holistic sleep therapy practice in just 60 days. Especially if you're a sleep practice, you're going to get that every time as long as you've been made aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be complicated. Like we built this in about, what was it? 30 minutes? 30 minutes?
20. Yeah.
Because we were blowing through it. And I'll go over here and I'll fix that button up on the top, but it doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs, you know what? I'll do a thank you page. Do a thank you page. Double your holistic practice now. The only change is going to make this needs some editing. Obviously, we have to connect it to like Active Campaign so they actually get something. You could skip it all together and do it inside of Kydio. Oh yeah, I have nothing to deliver. Huh. Silly me.
Yeah, that's why it stopped at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make something up completely. But what we can do is we're going to turn around and make, you know what we'll do? We did a landing page yesterday. We're going to do a thank you page today. I'm just going to go over here and hit clone page. Super, super duper simple. Edit it. So edit it. Converting thank you page. For free gated offer. I'm going to leave the weird names on the back end, but she can change that later. Thank you page. Let's edit this one. I've got some column work in here. I'm just going to take this out of the columns. That's weird. Does that have a... Yes, it does. Don't need an opt-in here. Create a little buffer with some formatting. Did you, I'm pretty sure you did. I wonder if you're working in line height. You noticed where I tagged you for a speaking opportunity?
I did. I've got a call with her next Monday.
Good.
Yes, I reached out to her. Thank you.
It sounded like as soon as she was talking about a split 50-50 on the stage, I was like, that sounds like Scott.
That's the world I lived in exclusively for years. We would do that everywhere.
How are those gigs where you split your, I guess, whatever money you make from the stage?
How are those what?
I've never done a gig like that. How are those?
They're freaking awesome if you got the right product and right audience. I mean, they're amazing. My best hour was $648,000. It's a pretty good hour.
How much?
$684,000.
Oh, thousand.
$684,000.
How many in the audience?
611. 169 buyers at $4,000 a piece.
Wow.
I made the promoter $342,000 in an hour.
Wow.
He likes me. To this day, he likes me.
He likes me. I would think if somebody made me $300,000 and all I did was put on an event.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's true. You know, that's why I think, you know, people, you know, they're not that many people who have done stuff like that. And it's just, I was very blessed to have the opportunities to do that. But it's really fun. But that's why that's an example, though, of now today, as opposed to doing it, it's transferred into a webinar. You know, you don't necessarily do it on stage. You now do it on a webinar on demand kind of thing. So that's why, again, part of, as you're studying, the other thing that happens is you get ideas on how you can do some stuff. You don't have to always get on an airplane to go do it.
No,
right?
you don't.
So
It was,
what if,
that's why I was so disappointed when that AppSumo deal for the webinar package was just, eh.
right? But so that was, um, but that's what was so intriguing about this. Well, number one, it gave me an idea for a webinar that you and I can do for your digital marketing expertise. So that part's cool. It gave me an idea what Sean and I can do on one of our travel products. So that was cool. You know, I mean, you get the information. I mean, all of a sudden it expands your thought process.
Yep.
And, you know, back in the day, travel was fun. Travel's not fun anymore. Travel's hard. You know, I mean, business travel.
Yeah, I get it.
Fun travel's awesome. But business travel is not the way it used to be. So
I had I remember as a young intern that we used to look at all the partners at this interior design firm that I worked with, and we thought, wow, I'd love to travel as much there. That looks like so much fun. And they were like, you have no idea. Like, it looks fun to you guys, and
yeah,
it's fun when you're young. I'm exhausted. I just want to be home with my family. I'm tired of going through airport security.
but again, I think that's what you know, with tools like Kyvio and the various products that are available today, Zoom and Be Live and, you know, blah blah blah, Blue Jean, and, you know, list the plethora of choices. You can, there's a lot that can be done, and that's where again it kind of the webinar I watched, this guy has no idea who I am, nor does he care.
Right.
He let me just present what I do, and either you'll like it or you won't. Cool. And so that, I mean, it was a cool realization. Somewhat, I mean, it was a byproduct of working to learn.
That makes sense.
You need
I'm going to run some copy by you.
What's that?
I run some copy by you.
Okay.
Since you know your words so well and the power of words. All right, thank you. The case study is on the way to your inbox. That's basically, I just want them to give me a good email address. Before you go, we recorded a quick video to explain the case study and the details on how we get such fantastic results for our holistic practitioners.
I like it. I think it's succinct, to the point.
Well, and I want people to watch it, right? I feel like funnels are becoming a little bit more normal-ish, right? Especially when it comes to a marketing company. I don't want them to feel like they're being hyper sold, but if I'm getting in the details, and then want to see if we can do what we can do for, that's the bigger one. Want to see if, I completely worded that wrong. Want to see if we want to see
what we can do
for your holistic practice. Schedule a discovery now. I mean, is that too much or no?
The only thing is, do I really care? Again, this is a conceptual question here. Do I really care what you can do for my holistic practice, or want to see what we can do to address your challenges? Then makes the assumption that they have challenges. So I don't know that that's the right. I'm just trying to think if there's a better way of, I'm trying to fine tune that last statement.
Yeah,
Want to
that's what I
see
was.
want to see what we can do for your holistic practice. So what can you do? Supply me,
Ah, there you go. That's cool.
right?
Again, without knowing, this is what I really don't like about so many marketing companies. And again, I can be the
Right.
exact same way. I am not absolving myself from blame, my peers from blame. We don't actually talk about what we actually do. And when we do, we tend
Right.
to be too hypey about it, right? We're going to rain leads down on you.
To grow your practice is because that's, if you're going to do it in one word, the word would be grow.
Want to see if,
No.
want to see, I'm trying to see if, like, are you a good candidate? Or are you ready for leads now?
Well, wait, are you saying this from the
Wait.
marketing company's point of view, or are you
Yes.
saying it
Are
from
you?
ready to grow your business?
Oh, wait. Can you handle more qualified leads for your holistic practice? How's that one?
That's, yeah. The only, I mean, the only reason that you would ask a yes or no question, the answer is going to be 80% of the time is going to be no. Because that's the way the people are conditioned. So I would be cautious about yes or no questions, because that's a yes or no question right there. That's a closed question. You know, can you handle more qualified leads? Yes. Then I would almost make it conversation. Personally, this is the way I would make it conversational. If so, schedule a discovery call. Assume the yes. And I mean, that would be, now we're having a conversation in this. Does that make sense?
So get more
No, leave
qualified.
it. No, leave it as it is. Can you
Oh.
handle more qualified leads for your holistic? If yes, schedule a discovery call. In other words, if so, or if yes, then do this. If the answer is no, then don't. It's more conversational to me
I agree.
that way, right?
Absolutely agree.
I think the one thing, again, a lot of marketing is written from an intellectual perspective, as opposed to being from a strategic relational perspective.
Yep.
And so I think, again, this is what, yeah, that's what Sean and I were talking about last night with just some of the ideas of doing a webinar in a particular way, doing certain things. And like I say, every time you go to learn something, you know, you learn what you like and you learn what you don't like. So it's valuable in either situation.
I will say, go ahead.
I was just going to say, a client of mine had had committed to go to an event that had they asked an opinion ahead of time, I would have suggested money could be utilized differently. But they had already made the commitment to do it. Well, then it becomes a different conversation. Then the conversation is take the time and effort applied and do everything you can to grab everything you love, but also identify everything you don't love from that situation so you can get the most from it. So just because you don't like something, you should actually be, you should actually notice what you like and what you don't like, not just what you like.
Write down what you want, though. You have a tendency
Absolutely.
to extract what you actually write down, and if you just focus on all the things you don't like, that's what you end up doing subconsciously. Like that. Now this button will be schedule your discovery call today. And I'm going to leave the phone number up there. You know what? I don't think I changed their social. Nope. I will do that. Let's see what they got here. Got LinkedIn and Twitter. Why is she not on YouTube? Do you know how your business ranks in the marketplace? Ask me for a free report. Kickstart your brand and get noticed. Cool. That's her personal one. When you link to a personal email account from your business page, I normally don't necessarily recommend it. I mean, all things being relative, so there's no wrong answer. But like on Facebook, she links to her business page on Facebook, but on LinkedIn, it goes to her personal page. Like, be consistent. Like, you, in my opinion, would link to your personal LinkedIn page because the business is you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on her agency page, she looks like she has multiple people working with her. And in that case, you want to go to the business side because the company is bigger than a person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now that's her social. These are all good. So I say these are all good. This also reminds me of what my husband said. We were having an argument, and being the attorney, you know, he likes to get his little digs in. And one of his digs was, I was actually researching at the time ClickFunnels, and Russell Brunson, who's a brilliant marketer. I mean, his program might be behind on the technology side and slow, and overpriced, but salesperson, brilliant. So I'm running his not double funnel, we're doublefunnel.tv. I'm watching his funnel hacker TV, whatever, his YouTube channel, and it's just playing in the background and trying to pick up his kind of sales techniques and see what he does and what he doesn't do, and I'm all terrible at all of them. And my husband's listening to him, and he was sold on ClickFunnels. And so we're in this argument, and he goes in there, and he's like, Jenna, your job is irrelevant. ClickFunnels is going to wipe you off the map. I'm like, oh.
Wow, that hurts.
I just laugh because I've heard all this sales before, like, oh, you know, we're so all-inclusive, you're going to be able to fire your web designer, fire your marketer, fire your graphic designer, fire this, fire that. And that's how they justify spending $100 to $300 a month on their platform, right?
Right.
And then he comes back to me, and when we're not arguing, and he's like, I'm really sorry. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry I said that. You know, I built this page, and I've got a landing page, and I have no idea what to do with them. I was like, go figure. Funny how that works.
Really. Enjoy. Have fun.
So,
see ya.
Right now, she has a landing page, and she has a thank you page. She has the two critical elements to start driving leads. The problem, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pull them up. Right. They're not connected. So for when she's watching this, or for when everyone else is watching, the things that are missing here, the part that cannot just be automatically done is I got to have some kind of case study. It doesn't have to be super fancy. There's lots of templates on the internet that kind of walk you through what needs to be included in a case study. Basically, who, if you can say who, what was the problem? What were the mountains? What did you have to overcome? What were the solutions, and what was the outcome? I mean, it can be really basic. In fact, let me see if I can go to Yelp. Yelp, oddly enough, has some great case studies, visually speaking. Yelp business. For the hot moment that I was a certified Yelp partner, which, by the way, not a fan of Yelp.
No?
No. Let's see, learn more. Right here, look at these. In fact, I'll actually link to this. Let me go over here to the live feed. Should I be paying attention to multiple locations? Yes. Sorry, distracted there for a second because somebody told me somebody was on the live feed. What did Scott say there? I can't read it. Another great funnel built to bring value.
What did Sean say there, you mean?
Sean.
Another great.
Okay, here we go. So is that me? That was me yesterday. Oh, there we are. Okay, I'm going to post this case study over here. The reason I like this case study and I want to share the link is because it's really visual, right? And it's really not as difficult as it might look. Basic. One, maybe get rid of all these lines. I think they're kind of cluttering, but I see how they separate the page. Your logo, case studies. Here's the client. Here's where they're located, if it matters. Especially if you're a smaller shop, the fact that you might have national or international clients could be a good thing or a bad thing. Category, again, in case it's relevant. If you're doing holistic practitioners and that's all you're focusing on, then saying, you know, this is a sleep clinic, this is a essential oil clinic, whatever. A link. This happens to be back to this page, which I think is interesting, but, or no, I'm sorry, that is the link to their Yelp page. So you could link to their website. The challenge, so you've given them the basics. After 25 years in business, they were embracing the challenge of staying relevant. So letting them know, and here's the solution and the results. That's only 3 levels right there. Bing, bing, bam. And then over here in big, bright red, the numbers that people actually care about. Lots of people are not going to read all of this, right? What they will read is, hey, 67% increase in user views, which, by the way, just because you get a user increase in views on Yelp doesn't translate to business. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be relevant. It has to look cool. 83% increase in clicks to its website from Yelp. 300% increase in mobile calls from Yelp users. And then a nice little tidbit from the owner, some little social proof. This is not hard to create. This can be created in Microsoft Word. Does not need to be this pretty even. Turn it into a PDF. That's it. And we're done.
I mean, it's, this is how valuable this is. This goes right back to our conversation last night and the conversation that we'll do. I mean, this is, it's interesting how timely this is. It's very cool.
So what else is she missing? She's missing that case study. I probably should, I'll have to hone this language a little bit more because I don't actually know what she did for the sleep therapy practice, right? But whatever you did, I want to be able to, let's put that into a case study. Yeah. If you don't know how to do a case study, I'll make this offer to April. Send the information, everything you can think about that, or we'll sit down, come jump on live. I know you're having a difficult time this week, but next week maybe we'll build the case study live because I want everyone to know how amazingly simple that this can be done easily with basic tools. So yeah, you're paying for Kyvio. I get that, but that's a more complicated application. You'll need Active Campaign because we need to be able to deliver it. If you really wanted to skip it, you could, and you could put the information on the thank you page we built. Let's go back over here. Click that one away.
Yeah.
So here's our thank you page. In theory, you could cheat the system and just put a link right here. Or you could put download the case study. Instead of having a schedule here now, you could split this, have 2 buttons, have this be your primary call to action on the right, and have a download the case study here. And this would say the case study is below. Click the button below to get your case study. So you could even cheat Active Campaign just to get some leads going, right? And they could all be collected over there in Kyvio. There's lots of different ways you could do that. You need the landing page software, which you have already. But for other people listening, you've got to get a case study together. You've got to get some easy download. We did a really beautiful one for Scott. It was, I mean, it was so
Yeah.
good. Design Pickle, man, they're sending that thing out everywhere to show how pretty it is and how great it is and how, you know, they have the capability of taking your genius and wrapping it up in a beautiful box. It doesn't have to be that. I mean, the original people who were doing this, and when people were getting started, some of them would just send, here's a link to a Google Drive Word doc. That's it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be fancy. And then Active Campaign, and the reason you have to have Active Campaign, the reason you need Kyvio to Active Campaign is you've got to deliver them an engagement series that takes them to the next step. You've got to. They're not going to take action that day. You're a sales guy. How many times do you have to have like ping a client before they go from a lead to a client?
Interesting study. I mean, Notre Dame study says that 44% of salespeople stop after the first presentation, 24% after the second presentation, 14% after the third presentation, 12% more after the fourth presentation. That's a total of 94% of salespeople stop after 4 presentations. The reason that this is so important, 60% of all sales happen in the 5th attempt or later.
5th attempt.
So 5th attempt or later. So that's, that's a Notre Dame study on sales, on presentation. So it's
not garbage.
What's that?
Not garbage. It's not something some guy on the internet just threw out there.
This is a documentation that only 6% of the salespeople pursue 60% of the business, in essence. So that's where, again, we come back to that statement. Today's activity does not determine today's volume. You know, you've got to just keep on putting things out and putting things out and putting things out. And part of our issue today is a sales and marketing society, is we live in an immediate gratification, me, now. I want this to happen today. And if it doesn't happen today, you're dead to me. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, you've got to understand, especially in this day and age with the amount of exposure that is happening, you need to probably expose your offer to people 5 to 7 times. Minimum. So therefore, you need some of these evergreen tools, some of these evergreen processes to do that.
Well, and that's what this does. So you've made them aware, right? You've driven them off LinkedIn or Facebook or an ad or a Facebook. Somehow, referral, they became aware of you. They end up on your page. That's one, a little awareness. They hit this. They really haven't seen a presentation yet, so you could argue, how good each one of these is. But they are aware that you exist. They are now looking at a page. Maybe they subscribe and they hit your thank you page. They may or may not watch that video. They may only be coming to strip tips away because they're in a desperate need to get some more clients to their holistic business. That's why they're online. That's why they click. If you get their email, you can do so many things. The reason I love Active Campaign and specifically like it is if I put a Facebook tracking pixel on the landing page and a thank you page, I can retarget those who didn't take the offer, and I can target those who did take my, download my lead magnet and offer them the entry point offer to get them to schedule of that nature. But the pixel is only good for 180 days. What if they don't need my services now? What if their buying cycle is 6 months from now?
Right.
If I have them inside Active Campaign has the capability of moving people in and out of Facebook audiences for an incredibly low rate, I mind you, compared to the predecessors who were originally doing that, who were charging $80 a month. And that's all they did. That is all they did. I can get them out there. I can email retarget them. I can send them broadcast. I can hit them on some cheap, less than $5 a day Facebook ads if you have a small audience. Basic system, but you're missing pieces. You've got a landing page. You've got a thank you page. I need a case study. I need to know what you actually did. I need a quick video recorded, and I need active campaign. Those 3 things could absolutely complete this funnel. We could finish it total end to end, 3 to 4 hours, and that depends if I'm actually making the case study.
What would you call this page here?
The landing page?
I mean, yeah. I mean, what's the what? Trying to figure out the question I'm trying to ask here. I mean, functionally, what do you call that page? Just a landing page? That's just a pure landing page.
A lead generating landing page. Yes.
I've got an idea for that. With what the reason I'm asking that is because I just got an idea of how what Sean and I talked about last night that would be awesome for potentially.
Okay.
So
good to know. All vague.
Well, it is kind of vague because I'm thinking it through at the same time. But I mean, the point is that it's a really good looking page. It's very clean, very
simple.
Yeah.
It doesn't, if your offer is good, which is the important part, it doesn't need to be cluttered. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need swirling banners or snow coming down or giant pop-ups or anything.
Well,
it has one job: get your email.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I think that, especially like I say, everything's very timely. You know, all of a sudden you think of a potential idea. You know, which is kind of cool, right? It's fun being creative, and we're at that time of year where some people are shopping and some people are still working. Were some of those still working? You know, and it'd be nice to be able to reach out to some folks and give them some ideas. It's very cool,
right? Let's see. Is there anything I'm missing? I think I got everything on her landing page. It's very simple. I mean, it doesn't have, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could put some shiny arrows on it. We could have a picture of the actual case study. We could put a picture of the clinic. I don't know if they want their stuff all the way out there. I like that it's simple. I'm not going to lie. I like the simplicity of it. I like how easy it is to build. The nice part about this is, and again, I'm a big believer in build the whole bridge first, right? So make sure that you have a good entry point offer. Make sure that, you know, you have good scheduling down, some automation there, that people are going through the emails, that people are opening them. But you can start to add more easily landing pages and test different offers to the exact same audience. So maybe this works or work for a couple people, but not everybody. What if you changed it up and it was a essential oils? I'd want to keep in whole people like Rayanne, or man, woo woo is not my thing at all.
Well, it's natural. It's natural and
homeopathy.
Yeah, it's homeopathic.
Homeopathic.
You know, it's natural as opposed to pharmaceutical or I mean, it's nutraceutical as opposed to pharmaceutical.
Nutraceutical. But that's just it. And we did that. I mean, I could have done this if I had not been live. I could have done both in an hour. It will take you another hour to do a basic case study, and maybe an hour to actually pull yourself together and film a video. In reality, 5 minutes. Take a video up and even just hold it out on a selfie sticker with your phone. Just get it done. That's easy. The active campaign stuff, another reason I really push active campaign, and I was very generous with another partner. I was out in Austin having a bad day, and I saw a thing come through, and he was like, I don't know if it was a partner. It might have just been a DM Lab member. And he was like, which platform should I choose? Active Campaign, Infusionsoft, this, you know, what are the best ones? Which ones do you recommend? And I was just feeling froggy. I'm like, I'm in a crappy mood. I'm in a hotel. I've got to get up early in the morning. You know what? If you choose Active Campaign, use my link. I will give you all of digital marketers machine automations already done. All you have to do is customize it. And so that's
Wow.
another reason I have them do Active Campaign, is because with a click of a button, I can import email automations that are just proven, that are written by some of the best email marketers, digital marketers, copywriters, literally in the country, possibly globally, and I can just import them into your account and it's plug and play. Here's your name, here's your email, plug in the name of your product or service here, and you know what it does here. Here's the link to the next page. You can do a whole email sequence in an hour.
That's cool. I mean, these are really good looking pages. I mean, they really are.
I love her logo. It's very bright.
I love the simplicity of it, and I really do. I mean, it's firing off all sorts of ideas.
I need you to focus. Focus. We need to decide what you're going to do. In fact, I think today I'm going to be live several times today on Workfare Marketing. I was going to do my 30 days of Christmas and did not follow through. I know, right?
The good news is you have 12 days of Christmas right now left.
The good news is there's nothing that says that I can't make up the first 12 days in the next 2 days.
Wow, that's true.
That's true. So I'm going to be doing, and one of the very first ones, I'm actually going to redo the one I did because I realized I missed one of the worksheets, and I am filming this to put it inside Business Growth Network. So once I'm done with all 30 days, I'm going to delete them all off my page, add them to YouTube, and it will be for Business Growth Networkers starting January 1st only, so that they have 30 days. And number one, the one I'm going to redo, is how to set your goals and track them.
Cool.
But really good worksheet that breaks it down.
I'm going to send you a link to see if you've seen this yet. Because I bet you haven't. Maybe you have. I don't know. Not that you have to look at it right this second, but it's bad when I remember the dang. I thought I remembered the name of the page. Damn it. I'll have to look it up. But I'll look it up and send it to you.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Well, it is 10:01. And apparently I have videos to do. So if you are watching, I will be recording some very valuable info for the rest of the day and probably tomorrow on this page.
Awesome. Very cool.
All right. Thank you so much, Scott, for your sales expertise. And if you want us to do what we did today for April in your business, no matter what business it is, doublefunnel.tv and go apply. We'll get you in.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow. Bye.